that. Quickly do this. Yay! I wanted to wait for it to finish loading in before I checked to make sure things were recording. That's why it was quiet. Alright, so back again. After the last episode, I did a little bit of checking, and specifically to see if there was any like specific things I could disable to improve performance. And what I found was that basically the game just has never run very well, which, yeah, I was kind of aware of that. It seems worse when I'm recording, which, makes some sense, but still kind of disappointing. How did I always do that, walking right by these? Where am I may have accidentally quit before I finished saving. That will have ended it most likely. Yeah, this is looking huh. Looks like I may have a chapter 3.5. Yeah, I must not have gone far enough into the area after this to trigger the save. Great. But at least things remain where they are. It's procedurally generated, but the seed was already set, so still going to use that. However, the placement of the remnants and such, that will still be random, because that isn't necessarily tied to the game seed as the map would be. After all, the seed for this section at least had to have been saved because I loaded into it before, so okay. Anyway, going back to the performance stuff, yeah, it just apparently has never run well. Which one thing to talk about there, and when I reviewed, I even remember talking about how it's really disappointing as literally the first Unreal Engine 4 title. That, it doesn't look all that great, doesn't run all that great, just, would have been nice if Epic could have had a better first UE4 experience for people. I have no threats, so I'll just run around and get everything. And have things like that. I don't even know why. Why not? I might as well still record this. It can't hurt. Maybe I will put it up. I don't think I'd necessarily use it for a highlight unless I get a good one. But last time there were good ones. It was actually after the last one that I finally went through and started cutting highlights. Just because the first two chapters, there were some moments, but they weren't like, oh my god, this is a perfect moment. But the last one, good moments. Good moments. I actually had to choose between one of two places. I chose the earlier one just because it would reveal less. You don't want to spoil anything. I don't remember quite where the exit was, except that it's down here. Oh, another remnant. Okay. I'm not really remembering where all these are. I'm just opening the map. I think the exit is over here, isn't it? Yep, I can see it on the floor. sort of speed running this, I guess. Really? Now I'm making one small change, and it is functionally a small change, for how I've been doing this, to how I am doing this. Previously, I always was re-encoding, because I record it all in,
to get through.
In pieces. Like the overlay in the game, I record separately, so I can overlay them later, and that way I can change the placement of anything after the fact, which I actually need to do for Daylight, because the threat and remnant counters are down like I had the overlay originally. Well, not anymore, I fixed that. But I decided that, you know what, since I can, I do that on FFmpeg, and it supports encoding using X265, which is a codec, an open codec for the H265 codec. Decided might as well just use that.
Anybody there?
I use the same settings as the 264 version, because that shouldn't make it. It should end up resulting in a higher quality video. Okay, I just couldn't remember if that was. I want to be back over here.
Is there anybody in there?
Boy, does she get annoying with the questions. I don't expect her to talk. Yeah, because H265 is a more powerful codec. It's another name for it is the high efficiency video codec, whereas 264 is the advanced video codec. It does a number of things differently to be better at encoding video with higher quality video at lower bit rates, or high quality video at lower file sizes. So by keeping all the same settings, it actually should result in, smaller file, or at least a better looking file. It's the first round. I did try re-encoding one file previously doing that, and it was it came out about 100 meg smaller, which to me not that big a deal, and it didn't look too much different to me, but why not, since I can. It does take longer to encode. Okay, 2 is right above my finger. I just need to remember that it's there. I make more. There's nothing down here. Keep going this way. Another one should pop up soon. See? It's warning me. One nearby. Or rather, this semi-scripted event. There's flames.
Burning with anger, they reflect your disdain.
Didn't realize I hadn't gone all the way in this direction. Is there anything down there? I don't think so. That's back to the sigil, but it's not present yet. Oh, I just didn't open that door yet. That's it. What that distortion is supposed to be from. Had not come down here. Right, another remnant, so higher threat level now. Another remnant. Alright. Things are getting interesting now. Alright. that? Okay, I'm gonna wait. See if she goes away. She probably won't, but I still want to wait. Let's do that. Nope, she's not gonna do it. Now, actually, in a way, this is a good thing that I'm redoing this chapter, just because I just did it yesterday, so I'm gonna have... I can immediately compare things. I mean, sure, it's not exactly a perfect comparison. There's no way I could really get that. Oh, that's kind of funny. Their range is greater than mine. That was rude. Just throwing that in front of me. Alright, so I got another flare. Ah, jeez! That's not fair. That is not fair. I had no warning she was there. Where's that last one? So I can get out of here.
I know you're there.
Oh wait, I do remember last time
I see it, Sarah. The sigil. It's here.
it was by opening up something right. And I'm back to 4 flares. And again, you didn't tell me that anyone was there. That's rude. Alright.
Such brutality, corruption, and chaos.
The curse grew stronger as time went on, with each year further tightening its grip. They built steel cages to contain its resolve. Enslavement, isolation, reckless abandon. The city would burn with hatred and fear.
Has to be behind me. Has to be behind me. I would see her if she were in front of me. Still has to be behind me. See, now it's a little dangerous. I'm gonna keep going forward. I can keep going forward quite a ways. I'm just checking. I want to go to the left here. I'll just
Anybody there?
look better. Okay, still nothing. Keep straight. Once through here, I turn left.
Is there anybody in there?
Well, shit. Okay, so she vanished. You know, it might be easier if I just, because that was quick, I think. I want to say that was really quick. So, I think it would be best if I should just keep going. I will cut the recording down later.
Is there anybody in there?
Okay, no, that's loading. That's not saving, that's loading. Alright, so this might be chapter 4. Haven't fully decided yet how I want to do that. When I look at the files, I'll decide. But if you do not know why I'm saying this might be chapter 4, then that means that I did cut it into 2 parts. The explanation is, last time I got this far, I forgot to save. Well, forgot to go far enough for the game to save. So I just had to redo what I did in chapter 3.
Guardians, reflecting our fears, creating the illusion of control.
now it's safe.
Even I can identify with
So I just had to replay all of the chapter 3 stuff, obviously differently, because things are not all identical. The map was identical, but that was it. So, okay.
Looking back on it now, I think we did remarkable work here. That said, the guards sometimes made the work easily accessible. Society's needs come before the individual's needs.
But, yeah, since I had to ended up redoing that previous chapter, I, didn't realize that until I had already started recording. So what I might do is cut it apart, or just leave it all together. I'll throw that later. No, I can't get this. I don't think that door will open either. Okay, now I have to throw the switch. So yeah, I'll either cut it into like chapters 3.5 or 3A, whatever. And chapter 4. But I'm fine that this happened, because it gives me basically 2 sets of data for the same basic area, but one with the advantage of having already done more or less the content. It's very similar, at least, not identical.
Is there anybody in there? Please, no.
This stuff. This game does do a good job of getting to me. I just hope it pulses.
Onward and upward, my dear. We have so much to see and so little time between us.
I know that's where I need to go, but I wanted to check over here, and hey! Clue. Ah, another clue. 2 clues for exploring. Obviously that was a prison. Immediately made me think of Alcatraz. I don't know if that's accurate. I got some time. Must be entering the sewers now. Yep. I am not.
It can be difficult. Building hopes on a foundation of confusion, misery, and death.
Okay, I'm gonna try to just explore first, because this will have a sigil and locked area. So, best to open up all the map. And go back. Now, I've ever only actually played, or been in this section once before. That was when I reviewed it. I never, other times I've come back to play, I've not ever bothered getting this far before. At least I don't think I did. talk about now. Not a happy sign. So do I thank the game for giving me something to at least briefly talk about? No, these are not very good sewers. I mean, look at that. Look at those roots just coming down. And why would the root do that? It's very random. Horrible, horrible condition. Okay, so this would be the sigil, I believe. Not the exit. Yep, that's right. Yeah, I already went that way at this point. Now, one thing I could talk about is, I looked up some of, what makes H.265 better than 264. Mainly, I did that just to see because I wasn't sure if H.265 would be appropriate to use, seeing as how the videos would just end up being at 1080, whereas they want to actually deploy 265 at there's the one at 4K.
It's locked.
Because being able to have a much smaller file when you're working with much more data. 4K is 4 times the data as 1080 is. So having some means to make that smaller is going to be very, very valuable if you want to fit it onto discs or streaming. Again, not a heavy noise. Ooh, now I have threat. There was one right in. Well, that's not happening. Yeah.
Oh, please, God. Make it stop.
Now, I don't
Have
remember.
no fury like a woman scorned, and you've managed to scorn them all.
I don't remember all the reasons that 265 is more efficient, but I do remember one that makes a lot of sense why that would make it more efficient, considerably more efficient. I just couldn't remember which side I needed to be on the sigil. How both 264 and 265, and they are related. 265 borrows a lot from 264. How they both work is as a it takes a frame, takes an image, and then it will leave as much as it can similar for the next frame, and just remembers how does it change, which is very advantageous. So, for example, the hand, because that just bobs up and down mainly, the data for that, it's just there in an image, and then it's constantly being told it's moves up or down, and fills in what's behind it. So that way you don't need to constantly be redescribing the hand. Well, something that the block size for doing that is much larger for 265 than 264. So if there's a lot on the screen that's the same, it does a much better job. But yeah, be built on players. Jeez! Seriously, that is not fair. I completely missed going down this area.
They've presented the sigil. Claim it.
So get as far as I can on this flare. Had a feeling that had a flare, so might as well take advantage. I think it was something like in 264.
What the?
The side is like 8 by 8.
Please tell me it isn't true. It can't be.
They never forgave those who persecuted them so. 400 years of rage, Sarah. 400 years of rage.
But in H.265, it's like 32 by 32 or 64 by 64, much larger blocks. So that can do a lot to cut down on the size. Yeah, I just need to go straight. Oh crap! And all I can do is run. Because you can't do shit with the sigil in your hand. You can't drop it. You can't pull out a flare. At least I don't think I can drop it. Nope. I noticed before that if I hit right mouse button I could drop at least a flare. With the re-encoding to 265 takes longer. I suppose.
Sometimes we build too many walls and not enough bridges. But these walls allowed for more delicate work. Work without interruption, focused and precise.
Wow, is just take there. At least at one point there was a weird issue I found here, and I put that in the review. Even once you entered this room, there's this area you would be in that it was like colored.
Given time, one can conceive the unconceivable.
Like in back here, that looks kind of black, but if you went forward, it would go kind of bluish. There actually are no remnants where I am now. The counter's gone. And I'm sorry if you want to be reading those. I actually should have read that. that. Prison, sewer, that's where I just was, and I will be in the forest. This might end up being a very long one. I might have to actually advance. Now I don't remember. I don't remember correctly how I did this. I just remember. Yeah, it did take me a while to figure it out. Can't take advantage of this though. I do have unlimited glow sticks. Those are my faults. Pretty sure I can't go down. This nothing. By that message too. It's possible it was actually go this way. No, won't let me. Might as well. Like I said, I haven't been going. I need to turn something on. What? And I went past the thing that told me. Oh, there it is.
Putting the pieces together, discovering how they fit. How they connect. Glad. So glad. All I ever wanted, all I ever needed. And I got it too.
mouse button will drop everything but the sigil, which means you can't be killed when you have the sigil. Just an annoying mechanic. Ah. That's gotta save soon.
Just how fit are you, Sarah? I'm going to try and swim for it.
Saving content.
You're a healthy little thing. I bet you could make it. You're so close.
Alright, so this is where I'm going to stop then. And that was short enough, or rather not long enough, that I think I may leave that as all one video. So it'll be chapters 3A and 4, I guess. Chapter 5 next time.